We'll turn things over to Sean McDonald and a Seacoast man who will make you believe in magic.
Can I peek? How about with this eye over here? I'll turn my head. You count to 3. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Is there a knot there? Yeah. It works.
I don't think a week has gone by since I was 14 or 15 years old that I haven't done at least one magic show.
It's showtime for the B.J. Hickman Magic Show.
It takes a certain skill to capture an audience of children, to not only entertain, but even make them think.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Maria is now going to recite the alphabet backwards. I'll help you. Don't worry. I'll help you through this, all right?
Their minds are going, and they're having a wonderful time at the same time. But they forget everything else, not just kids, but adults as well.
B.J. Hickman seems to have mastered the art of capturing imagination through magic. He's well known in parts of the Granite State. He's been entertaining kids here for decades.
Whoa! I'll get it. I'll just pull my finger out of the balloon like that. Ah!
I always enjoyed taking up hobbies that not everybody did. I didn't want to go the same route as everybody. I wanted to try to do something that was a little different.
The former radio man grew up in Manchester. From about the age of 10, he loved to learn and perform tricks.
I'd do magic shows for other kids, you know, usually younger than me, because it was hard to impress the older kids. And they'd come over to the house and we'd set up a little show in the kitchen, and I'd do my magic show.
It didn't take long for the beginner to get noticed. By the time B.J. was in high school, he was performing magic for local TV audiences on Channel 9.
My dad was a friend of a friend that got me on the Uncle Gus show, and several times I was on that show, and that led to becoming a regular on the Ring-a-Ding the Clown show, live and lively from Channel 9 on Saturday mornings at 8:30 in the morning, in beautiful black and white.
Not to worry, over the years, B.J. has since been featured on Channel 9 in full color.
We end up with 3 ropes.
How did you do
all
that?
The exact same length.
In the past few years, B.J. took an extraordinary step of leaving his job in radio sales and taking on performing full-time.
It's my magical top hat. You may see this move occasionally because, of course, there's a bunny rabbit in there.
This is his office, where he's made home base and surrounded himself with magic history.
Houdini died in 1926, and this was his autograph from 1921.
Like most people probably would, we asked him to show off some tricks, maybe hoping to figure them out. We couldn't.
There's something unusual about these cards, though. You'll probably know right away what it is that's different, that's unusual about these cards. They haven't been printed yet. These are what cards look like before they're printed. But with a little imagination, if I just kind of wave my hand, cast a shadow over the cards, and snap my fingers, they start to seem as if they're printed on the fronts and on the backs and everywhere in between. Look at that. Every single card is printed all the way through.
Much of his repertoire, as you might imagine, is geared toward fascinating children.
I have some mouse food right here in my pocket, and he eats right out of the palm of my hand. Look at that. He's a hungry little critter. Whoops, he's looking for more food. If you're... Whoa, get down. All children love to try to catch the magician at a trick. They love to say, oh, I've seen it. I know how that works. That is, they think they know the secret. And then suddenly there's a turn of events, and they're fooled by it after all.
You got me tied up. There's no possible way I can get my hands out of there. All right, put the jacket back on there, but pull it up around this way like that. They're peeking over there again. Okay. Are you ready, Casey?
Yes.
Good. When I count to 3, my hands will be free. Watch, Casey. 1, 2, 3, I'm free. I just wiggle my way out of the rest like this. And a thunderous round of applause for Casey as she takes a bow. Take a bow, Casey. Thank you so much.
I always said to myself, well, gee, if I was to do it full time, would I get bored with it? Would it be routine? Would I get burnt out doing a show every day and doing that for my living? And that was my biggest fear when I decided to go full-time.
Well, his fear was never realized. In fact, the full-time magician recently took his work in a new direction, inspired by an audience member who approached him after a show.
A nurse came up and said, gee, can you show me a little trick that I can do for the kids to make them feel more comfortable, more relaxed, in the doctor's office.
BJ decided to take on the lecture circuit, teaching adults magic. Well, at least a few tricks a doctor or teacher could use in their work with kids.
I show them how they can use magic to communicate better with children. And
something BJ seems to have mastered back when he was a kid himself, wowing friends in his parents' kitchen. It's made him a sort of Granite State tradition. Why does he do it? That's one part of his routine he did let us in on.
Look at the audience that is having a great time. Look at all the smiling faces. Look at everybody's having a terrific time, and I'm the one that's responsible for that. And it's just a great feeling.
Set. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There it is. A dog made out of one long, skinny balloon.
Presto!
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. But hey, B.J. Hickman's been at it a long time.